Peace, family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about how you cannot lead someone who does not want to follow and does not know how to follow, And leading and following is one of them things that is kind of overly, excessively used. And we are all taught to not be a follower, right? But then nobody teaches you how to lead, So it's just, when I process it, it's just really a witchy concept in itself, And for me, being a big brother and a younger brother, I got all my siblings on my mom's side right here. Then I got all my siblings on my dad's side over on this side. And I got an older sister on my mom's side, older brother on my dad's side. Everybody else is younger than me. I just got one and one older. But before I had the knowledge that I had, being a younger brother and a bigger brother, I hung out with my big brother and my big sister a lot. My big brother is 2 years older than me. My big sister is 4 years older than me. But I was always pretty mature for my age, so they always let me vibe with them. But for me, I always understood that I trusted them, I loved them, I cared for them, I had a lot of respect for them. I would follow my sister and my brother anywhere. When I say anywhere, I mean if they like, hey, Chris, I need you to go do this for me. I was one of those crash dummies that would be gone. I'm going to take off and go do it, whether they need me to catch the bus across town with them while we're little, 9, 10, 11 years old, or, whether we got to go do something witchy, you know what I mean? We all did witchy stuff when we was younger. It's just part of growing up, just doing intentional things that are not good. That's what I mean by witchy. I did some intentional things that was witchy when I was younger, not knowing better. But you cannot lead people who don't want to follow. See, the thing is with me and my siblings, those two, I wanted to follow them. I remember one time I went to go visit my brother in DC, and him and his buddies had started a club promotion organization, LGI Entertainment. So they would host parties, throw parties around campus, around the town, city, blah, 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 whatever. And then one week I went up there, it was Howard's freshman week. So he kind of wanted me to do something that I never did before, which was, it's hot as hell outside, and you want me to go stand on campus and hand these flyers out to all these little baddies right here? I'm just like, in my spirit, I felt embarrassed and I didn't want to do it. But because it's my brother and I loved him and I trusted him with everything in me, I did it anyways, It wasn't anything that put me in harm's way. It was just a matter of me doing something that I didn't want to do, Didn't want to be standing out here handing out a bunch of flyers to a bunch of baddies. You know what I mean? I was still young, 16, 17, and most of them was they of age, they in college. And, some of them getting ready to get out of college. So I was young out there in the field, but still, just that concept, And I got a lot of other numerous examples of where I followed, until I was shown that being or those beings was not pushing me in the best direction. I realized these beings didn't have my best interests at heart. So that's when my concept of follow to leading changed. It shifted. But you could never be a great follower, the best rephrase. You could never be a great leader without being an awesome follower. It's kind of like you being a boss or a CEO of a company, but you never did the footwork, You never worked in the office, you never was in the kitchen, you never was taking in the orders or shipments or anything. You never put any footwork, you just boom, you're at the top, and now you see everything below you as a number, not as an actual space that you have to go through to even get to that position right there where you made it to. A lot of these beings out here don't want to follow, you know, and they don't want to be led, and they don't want to lead. And then the ones that are trying to lead, they are leading you nowhere. Like, I don't need you to lead me to a new club. I don't need you to lead me to a new bar. I don't need you to lead me to getting newer clothes. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to lead me to new restaurants. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Lead me to some real insight. Lead me to something in depth. Lead me to some real feminine energy. Like, most men don't even fucking know what it feels like to be in real feminine, divine feminine energy. You know, real women who are actually nurturing. You know, women who wants to learn and know and grow their man and their leader. You know what I'm saying? I realize, like, for a lot of men out here, you trying to lead women who don't want to be led, or should I say females. So you have to understand that your life is in danger and your life is on the line when you're trying to lead females who don't want to be led. See, in their world, they don't process protection and the certain things that we do because of our biochemical makeup. So for us, whether police here or not, we have to stand solid on our 2 feet. We gotta be willing to protect ourselves, and we got to be willing to protect the ones around us, you know. And a lot of women and females are blind and naive and just fucking retarded to the fact that if, let's say you stay in an apartment complex, right? Y'all don't have the laundry in y'all space, and the women does the laundry, or the female does the laundry. In the man's world, it would make sense to do laundry in the AM when the sun is up, or before the sun is down. You shouldn't be running back and forth to a laundry room that's not in your apartment after hours, once the sun is already down. Because now this man that is with you is responsible for anything that happens to you. And I know y'all don't process it this way, but this is how real men who care about their environment, their spaces, you know, who are genuine from within, outwardly, this is the kind of stuff we process. So what I be having to do is, when you are involved with certain beings, you know, and you're trying to lead them, I ain't gonna say trying, you're in a leader position, they're supposed to be following, it's not going this way, right? You have to create in your space, your inner space, that you are not their leader. So once you put it in your mind that you are not their leader, then you can look at this being as if they're a roommate, or as if they're some just being that you met out on the street. You know what I'm saying? Most people aren't gonna jump behind a line of fire for somebody that they don't know, because they don't even know what kind of being that being is, you know? So, but it's a difference when it's the beings and the people who are signing up for things just to try to control and to manipulate the situation more. And you can look at this situation vice versa too, you know, like, women, you should already know, if your man ain't leading you nowhere, then you shouldn't be investing your time, energy, and money into him, and your resources, you know. You shouldn't be looking at that male as your leader. You should just see him as another guy that you socialize with. Once you put them in that space of being your leader, or you're being their leader, that's when you create that perception of, okay, we're together, this is the tie, I need to do this, I need to do this, and then this is where all that friction starts to come in at, because now you're exerting more energy in order to be a better leader, or to be more communicative, or you're exerting more energy because you want to be led better. You know, you need more guidance and more direction. We are all not coming to each other whole, and that should be understood, you know. And the fact that we are in a day and age with all this information, and we still got beings out here who still like to operate with that other concept, you have to create the conclusion. You got to create the conclusion. When I'm dealing with certain people and they want to keep dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing and kind of not giving no answers and kind of keeping things out there in the wind and on the limb, then I create the conclusion. You know, life is hard. I done been through enough hard things that I shouldn't even be here right now even talking to y'all. That's why for me and for a lot of us who walk this life, it's easier for us to stand solid, you know? Because we more grateful each day that we are here, even if you look at me and say I'm a dick, you know? That doesn't define the fact that the Creator still left me here to do this work. You know, it's not like I got saved, you know, my life was spared by the Most High, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm just living selfishly. Since I went through all my crazy ass experiences, I have been here pushing solid for the ones around me in real lifetime and the ones who view me here. I'm one of them beings that what you get on the cameras, what you get off camera. I'm not talking about no hee ha ha funny shit, even though we do laugh and have fun, because we still light beings, you know what I mean? But this space isn't one of those spaces where it's like, okay, they're not the same person on camera and off camera. No, you're supposed to be the same. In this realm that I'm in, that I joined, the one that I'm helping create, that's supposed to be the approach, you know? But just understanding, like, a lot of people don't want to be led. A lot of females don't want to be led, you know? They don't want to put their trust in their leader. You got to trust your leader. Don't be with somebody if you just going to dance around and not trust them. For me, I drop all my trust down at the table with new beings. I'll drop it all and then I'll let them fuck it up, you know? But that's just my process, and that's just because I do things the hardest way. I'm not telling everybody else to do that. You can just drop a little bit here and there if that's you, you know, in your process. But clearly, everybody isn't standing in front of the camera, so love to the kings and queens.